Hello. Hello and good morning. Like, oh my God. I did the truth spell last night. I did the truth spell last night. I did it twice, right? So I had one went out. You see, the oil is gone from it. It's completely gone. I didn't add that much oil in this one. This one is still going. Hot. It's still going, but it's going to go out. The purpose of doing the truth spell is because I want the truth to come out. You know, every morning, every morning. Oh my God. Like every morning I wake up and then it's more shit. More shit comes out, more shit for me to talk about, more shit that I never talk about it. I never talk about it because it's a part of my life where I wanted to erase it. I wanted to forget it. It was just a nightmare. It was a living nightmare. I hate it. I hate it. Being married. I hated it. I fucking hated it. I was never happy. I was never satisfied. I was just so upset and I just wasn't happy. But I wake up thinking about this shit. And I'm like, yo, I don't never think about this shit. I don't never think about this man. I don't never. Never. Oh my God. It was just the worst time of my life. The only good thing that came from the marriage was the kids. That's the only good thing. My daughter was planned because I wanted a baby. So we planned it, but I was on birth control for years. I was always on birth control. And when I got off of it, I couldn't get pregnant. It was hard, but it was because I was on birth control since I was like 15. I'm trying to get pregnant. I didn't get pregnant till 25, 24. So it just took a while. I wasn't that young, but I was I was mentally sane. Like I was, I was like, I am not trying to be a teenage mother, but I was still in my 20s when I had my daughter, and then the lie, the misconception. Oh, you can't get pregnant when you're breastfeeding. So I was breastfeeding my daughter. I'm like, oh, I can't get pregnant, and I'm pregnant with my son and he's 5 months growing in my stomach and I didn't know. I didn't know. I thought I was just fat. Thought I was just fat. But when I went to the doctor, like he was fully formed with the legs, the arms, the head. Like he was formed, his little pee pee. I was like, oh my God. And I was working. I just quit work. I was like, you know what? I'm not working. And I just quit the job. And I was working in the Ronald Brown building at that time. I was making appointments. I was making appointments in the clinic, like the adolescent clinic. But it was like a temporary job. It wasn't my permanent job. I went to school. I went to school. I'm pregnant and I'm at DeVry University and I'm pregnant with my with my belly and I would go everywhere with, I did everything I had to do. And I had the babysitter for my daughter so that I could go to school, because I always wanted to do something. And I ended up dropping out of school at DeVry. It wasn't because I was pregnant, it was because during that time I was going through the divorce. The divorce happened. Divorce didn't happen just like that. What had happened was he left. He left me for this girl. She's 11 years younger than me. That's all I can remember. That she was 11. She was a little girl. She was like 16. A little fucking girl playing in black magic, doing love spells. And, they always say the, what is it? That, you never go after somebody's man. If the man is married or a man has somebody in their life, you never try to go for that man because the same way you get that man is the same way you're going to lose that man. That's I grew up like that. Like, you never go after anybody that has somebody. Like, if you want to be with somebody, you have to be with somebody that is alone. I was like, that was just me. I guess my own morals and values. These whores out here, they don't care if you got a man. They want to be the side chick and they want to be all this other stuff. I was like, yo, you clearly don't respect yourself, but do you, whatever. And that's that. But she's like 16, so she was a minor, and I'm grown. I'm 24, 25, right? So I was too much. I was too much for him then. I was too much of a woman then. Like he had to go for a little girl. That's how I saw it. Like you couldn't handle me. You couldn't deal with me. I was too much. I had my own shit. I did my own things. I had my own money. I got my own everything. And it's like he was just jealous of everything that I had. The job, when I went for the job in the courthouse, you're never gonna get that job. They're never gonna hire you. Why are you gonna go for that job? They hired me, and I've been employed there for 15 years, 14, 15 years. It's 15 years because I was gonna make my 15th year anniversary on October 19th, but I resigned October 14th. I was like, fuck all of y'all. I'm out. And I left. But it was 15 years of employment. Whatever. I went for my notary license. My notary license. Oh, you're not gonna pass that test. You can't be a notary. Like you don't know. You can't pass it. Like I'm dumb and shit. Like and I'm a nerd. I'm always looking up stuff. I'm always researching. I'm always doing stuff. But I let I let him get in my head, and I failed it the first time, and I took it again, and the expiration date, my commission expires on his birthday. And I'm like, wow, like he's such a bastard. Like he hated the fact that I'm working, hated the fact that I'm a notary, that it's his birthday. So it's like every time I notarize something, it's his birthday. It's like, ugh. But whatever, that's my license. I got my license, and it's because he never wanted me to get my license. Like I wasn't good enough to get my license. I wasn't smart enough to get my license. I wasn't Spanish enough. I didn't speak Spanish enough. Like, I understand Spanish, because I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx. I'm in the Bronx community. I work in the Bronx. I learned to speak more Spanish because of the people around the community. But I don't speak Spanish first. I talk shit, and it was like, oh, you too street, you too ghetto, you this and you that. So I stay quiet. When people start talking, I stay quiet. Like I don't get in the middle of that. Like I don't know what the hell they saying. Whatever. But I was never enough. Like I'm not Spanish enough, or I'm not this, or I'm not that. And then I used to have long hair to my back, and I would perm it and dye it brown, blonde. My hair fell out, and then I was wearing wigs because my hair fell out. And then he was mad because I was wearing wigs. So then I kept a Caesar, like a low cut. All these years, I had a low cut. I never had hair. I never had hair. You won't find any pictures of me with hair. If I had hair, I was in college. Yeah, I was in college, or I was, or it would grow to like this length, and then I would cut it again. Like I never let my hair grow. This is the longest I ever let my hair grow. I never, I never let my hair grow. I always cut it. Whatever. I'm just talking about all this shit, because, and I try not to think about this, because these are things from a man that's insecure, a man that's jealous, a man that is not enough, It's like everything that I did was a problem. I had the bank account. I had everything. He wanted to share the bank account. He wanted to put our banks together. I was like, no, you keep your bank account and I'm gonna keep my bank account. Like that's how it was. Like I was not. I was not gonna put him on my bank account. I was like, you must think I'm really stupid. Hell no. I never did that. So what else? But the house, the cars, everything was in my name. He had nothing. He could barely read. He couldn't read. That shit used to like bug me out. I used to try to get him to go to school, get his electrician certificate, like get something, like do something with your life. Like, you want to be something. You want to be somebody. Like, I'm going to college. I'm like, yeah, you could go to school too. Like, you could be a licensed professional. You can go for plumbing. You can go and be an electrician. You could go for all these things. He never did it because he couldn't read. He couldn't read. Like, he couldn't read the material. We're divorced now. Like, now we're not together. I was living on Fordham and Grand, Fordham and Grand Ave, like Fordham and Grand, you know. And what happened? And my neighbor was my babysitter. My neighbor was my babysitter, and she always thought that I was the problem, like I was the bad one. Like, he just turned everyone against me. He turned my whole family against me. Like, nobody was there. I couldn't talk to anyone. I didn't have any friends. I didn't have, like, this is what it was in my 20s. Like, I didn't have anybody around me. It was like I was always by myself. I was always by myself with my children. When I went out, I would go to school. I would go to college. Like, that's the only time I went out. When I went to the college or I went to the park, take the kids to the park and do something with the kids. But I was always by myself. I'm married, but I'm always by myself. I'm home, I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm doing all this shit, but I'm always alone. I was always alone. He was always outside. I always thought he was gay. I was like, he has to be gay. All his friends, they looked gay. They were gay. They were gay. I was like, yo, I think you're a little sweet. Like, he's gay. Like, he has to be gay. Oh, he's not gay. Oh, maybe he doesn't know he's gay, but he's gay. Maybe he doesn't know that he's gay yet, but he's gay. Oh, he's not gay. That's just how he is. Da 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 da. Da. Yo, I always thought he was gay. Gay tendencies, like just gay on some gay shit. I'm like, whatever. But I always thought he was gay. Rodolfo Fito Reyes. I'm like, he has to be gay because there's no fucking way. Like, he's jealous. Like, I'm with him, and then he's jealous of me. He's always complaining, like a man always complaining about myself. If it wasn't my hair, if I get dressed up, don't wear this and don't wear that, and you can't do this. Like, it was just like, I don't, it was just the worst experience of my life. The first time I ever got married, it was like he was jealous, he was insecure, he was selfish, he was greedy, and he was gay. He was gay. I was like, yo, he's fucking gay. Like, and then ever since I was married to him, I think that men are gay. Like, men are secretly gay. You want to be thugged out and you want to be street, but you fucking gay. You like boys. You like little boys, young boys that don't know what they like. They don't know what they like, or they're sexually confused. Yeah, those are the ones that he go for. I'm like, oh my God. I always thought he was gay. Always. If the news was to come out that Rodolfo Reyes is gay, or he has a little boyfriend, or he, is confused, or that's not surprising. That's not surprising to me. But whatever. But they always say, oh, when you leave a person, then you start talking about them being gay or having, or talk about their penis size, right? Because you left them and you don't want to be with them no more. I was never satisfied sexually anyway. So it's not even about the size. I was just never satisfied. I was never happy. Never. I was always by myself. I was always by myself. Like, that's all I remember. I was always by myself. Whatever. But that's the past, when I was divorced, when I left, when I decided to leave, I got pregnant. I aborted the baby because I knew that I didn't want to be with him. I was like, I'm not going to be stuck with 3 kids by myself because I know I'm not going to be with you. I'm not going to be with you. You think because I get pregnant, I'm going to be stuck with you? I got rid of it because of that. I was like, I'd rather just stay with the 2 that I have, and I'm good because I'm not staying here with you. I don't want to be with this man. And he knew that. He knew I did not want to be with him. I left. I got this apartment. I got this apartment in 2008. I was still married. I didn't file for the divorce until 2009. When I moved to this place, he was mad that I got this place. He was mad that it was in my name. He was mad about everything. He left. He left this place. And I moved in here with him. So he had the key to this place. But he left. I'm like, okay, if he leaves, it's because he always has somewhere else to go. Like he was always fucking around. He was always cheating. He always was doing something he wasn't supposed to do. I couldn't trust him. I couldn't, he was asking me for money. He was just, it was like I felt like the man in the relationship because it's like, you're supposed to do do certain shit and then he just didn't do it. Like he was never there. I was always by myself. I'm cooking, I'm cleaning, I'm taking care of the kids, I'm going to school, I'm doing what I have to do. And he was just never a part of my life. He left he left for the little girl, 16 years old. I'm like, what about me? Like, what about me? What about the kids? Oh, you got your family. She's by herself. She don't got nobody. But I'm like, but what about me? And he didn't care. He did not care about me. He did not care about the kids. He turned my whole family against me. Nobody ever helped me raise my children. I did everything by myself. And I thank God that I got this place. I got this place. I maintained this place. I've kept this place. Never been homeless, never been out there in the street. I've just been a single mother taking care of my two kids. He was supposed to help. He was supposed to help me with college, like when the kids graduate school. He was supposed to be there, and it was always an issue. So when the kids graduated 5th grade, he brings the little girl and then he takes the kids out. It was just always an issue. Like I always thought something was going to happen to the children. My kids had cell phones since they were 5 because we weren't together. And he was funny. Like I couldn't call him and ask him about the kids or how the kids are doing. Are they okay? I couldn't talk to him. I had to have they had to have their own cell phones, just so that I was able to talk to them. He would take their cell phones and hide it. He would read their messages. Like he would look through their phone because they're little kids. So he's looking through the phone, the girlfriend looking through the phone, and I'm like, I couldn't do anything because I'm not there. We're not together now. The divorce is finalized, so now you have to split the weekends and you have to split the holidays. You have to do shit, right? So this is how it is. So every weekend he's with the kids and the phones, and he would look through their phones. It was always an issue. I never thought my children were safe in the house with him. I never thought they were safe when he had them. That's why I had the cell phone. Just call me anything. You call me if anything. I would drop anything. Whatever the fuck I'm doing, I'ma stop what I'm doing and I'ma go and do what I have to do for the kids. Like they already knew. They already knew. So then I had to have the cell phone. And what else? The kids, like, I'm in this place, like you could just come downstairs and pick him up. I didn't want him in my place, like go downstairs. I would pick him up from downstairs, but he didn't want that. He wanted to make it harder, so I had to go to the police station. So he made it court ordered where I had to drop the kids off to the police station. So I'm in the police station every weekend. Why am I in the police station with kids? Because I have to, it's court ordered to take the kids to the police station because the man is a little boy and he wants to make everything hard. So every weekend I would have to go to the 41st precinct and take the kids so that their father could pick them up. And he could have just came downstairs and I could have brought them downstairs. But he wanted to be an asshole. That was the weekend visits. You split you split the holidays. Every time I would take them, he would take, well, every time he would take them, he would steal their clothes, steal their jewelry, And then I was always buying clothes for them, and they never had clothes because he was stealing their clothes. He was stealing their jewelry. I would buy my daughter. I like jewelry, so I would buy the kids jewelry. They had necklaces, they had bracelets, they had shit. Take it over there. She takes their jewelry, and then she's doing shit. It's like I couldn't even say anything because they're not under my care. It's court ordered. The court says I have to have the kids in the house, and then it's like I didn't feel my kids were safe. That's why they had cell phones. My kids had cell phones since they were 5. Okay, they knew how to work the shit. That's why they're not in the cell phones now, because they already know how it is to have a cell phone. But I had to have cell phones for my children since they were 5 because they weren't always with me. They were with the second parent, and the second parent, I couldn't trust him. I couldn't even talk to him on the phone. When I did call, he called the police on me. He did an order of protection. I was like, I'm not even thinking about this man. I filed the order of protection because when I went to Disneyland. I went to Disneyland. I was so happy. I was like, oh, I always wanted to take the kids to Disney. And then he's like, "Oh, we're gonna go together." And he never took me. He never took me to Disneyland. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take my fucking self to this because I had money. I had my own money. So then I took the kids to Disneyland. I was there with my bestie at the time. We had the hotel, we had the car, we did whatever the fuck we wanted to do. I was gone for 2 weeks. He knew I was gone for 2 weeks. He had the keys to this apartment, but I had my neighbor stay here. He stayed here for the duration of the 2 weeks that I wasn't here. I think I had a cat. I had a cat. I was like, oh, just feed the cat, take care of the cat. And he was like, oh, you know, spiritual people, we all the same. So he's like, he got a vision that somebody was gonna come in here. He's like, I need to change the locks. But he called me, make sure that it was okay for him to change the lock. I was like, yo, change the locks. Like you felt that? Like you dreamt that? Like you thought something was gonna happen? And then I knew that he had the fucking keys. I was like, change the locks, change it. Do what you gotta do. Whatever. I'm gone 2 weeks. I come back. Sure enough, somebody was trying to break into the apartment, steal my shit, my furniture, everything. I was like, the only person that had the key is him. There's cameras in the elevator. There's cameras in the building. There's security in the building. He didn't. And I asked security. I asked for the tapes. I asked for the footage. Nobody had the footage. Nobody had the tapes. I was like, it was always something. I couldn't prove that he tried to break into this apartment and steal my furniture, but he tried to break into this apartment and steal my furniture. Everything is mine. It's mine. Like, what the fuck you coming over here for? Trying to take my shit. So I got good shit, so you want to take my shit? Okay, you know, that's how it's a fucking street. It's a street rat, like a bum. He can't read. He's illiterate. He don't got nothing. Like I had everything. He tried to take everything from me, the children. He tried to take the kids so that he wouldn't have to pay child support, and then he still had to be responsible and pay for college. Do the stuff for graduation, do stuff. Like it was so bad. The kids graduated high school. Like he wasn't even there. Like he wasn't even a part of the graduation. Like, I just divorced. So, and then, okay, be there for the fifth grade graduation and the middle school graduation. And then the kids had such a bad experience. Like he made them feel so unloved, like unwanted. It's like, what the fuck? You know, they was like, I don't want him in my graduation. I was like, he's not gonna be there. Like he's not invited. He's not gonna be here. And he was never there. It was like it was just me. It was always me. I was always the one that was present. He was never present. What happened? You need clothes, you need stuff. You need to do stuff for them. He was just never there. My daughter was into acting. I needed help with that. I asked for help with that. He never helped me with that. I wanted to put my kids into like activities, karate, or do stuff for them, and he never did it for my kids, for his kids. But then he has kids with this other woman, and he did it for them, and then he sees it. The kids always had a phone, so the kids on Instagram, and then he's posting his kids in karate uniforms and like the shit that was supposed to be for my kids, like he would do it for his kids, and then he's petty. So then he would show it on the social media. My kids had social media since they were young because of this bullshit, because of the shit that we had to go through, so they already have it, and they see shit. They know what the hell is going on. I have to talk to them. I gotta tell them like what the fuck is going on. I'm always talking, always explaining. Like, you gotta do this. You gotta know how to this. When you feel any kind of way, like you gotta pay attention. No karma. Anytime you do anything bad, it's always gonna come back to you. You can't be fucked up. You can't be a bad person because the energy is gonna come back to you. Like that's how I talk to them. That's how they can have the phone. That they got their own bank account. They got their own shit. You got your own shit. Like you don't need me. Like if you need me, I'm there. I'm fucking there. But if I did everything so that they wouldn't need me as much because I'm always doing something. But I prepared them for life. They're ready for life. You got your driver's license, you got your New York State ID, you got your passport, you got everything you need. Like, if you need help with anything, you call me, and I got you. Like that's all. That's it. That's how I raise them. Like if you don't need me, you could do everything by your fucking self. But if you need me, I got you. I fucking got you. And that's how I raised them. Like I'm not on them all the time because I had to teach them to be independent, and I had to teach them to yo, like what the hell is going on. They seen me act up, they seen the shit, they know the shit. So it's like I had to teach them so they know, you know, and they know whenever they tell me something that I got you. Like you don't got to tell me twice. You just say it one time. I got you. But that's that, the kids, right? And he was just never there. College is a big deal because college, I think, it's like 15,000 a semester. I have to pay that. I was like, oh, he's going to college. I don't even think we had the conversation. I just did it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay for your college. I'm doing everything so that my son can have everything because my son wants to be a mechanical engineer. This bastard is an electrician. So and then it's like he knows electrical, like he knows how to fix stuff. My son came out the same way, like he knows how to fix stuff. Like he'll break it down and he'll fix it himself. And I'm just like, wow, like he was never a part of his life. He never taught my son anything. He couldn't even read. I think my son gave him homework. Oh, help me with my homework. And he he helped him with the homework and he got everything wrong. I'm like, and then he's like, he's so fucking dumb, ma. Like, I can't believe. He's like, I never asked him to help me with my homework again. He was like, I can't believe he's this dumb. And then the kids knew he couldn't read. And it's like, yo, he can't read. Like I taught my kids to read before they were 5. They knew how to read. They knew how to do shit. Like I taught them everything. Like, you gonna learn this shit. And I talk to them all the time. I talk to them about everything. They know everything. We just sit there and we talk like they were my friends. Like I do everything for them. He was just never there. I never got into a relationship because of him. He was always a problem. He was always an issue. I'm going to the police stations. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. And I'm just like, it's embarrassing to say, oh, I got to take my kids to the police station. Oh, I got to pick them up at the police station. Like, that's embarrassing. I didn't want to have to deal with a new person and then just have to explain the fucking past. It's like the past, and I will never, never look back at the past. My name was my name was Reyes. When I was married, it was Paulina B. Reyes. My divorce took 4 years. My voicemail, like you call me, my voicemail would be like, "Oh, it's Paulina B. Garcia. I'm no longer using Reyes. Don't call me by Reyes. Don't I am Garcia. You say Garcia. Paulina Garcia." And then I think the neighbor, she would babysit the kids because I had to work. And she would hear my voicemail. She's like, Garcia, no longer Reyes. And she would tease me because that was my voicemail, because I just hated this bastard. And I couldn't change my name to Garcia until I was divorced. Reyes is my family name. My dad is Reyes, but he's a Garcia. And he changed his name later in life to Reyes. And he's like, "Oh, my name is Reyes, 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 Reyes. Oh, to change my name to Reyes." I'm like, "What? I'm not changing my name to Reyes. I don't want that name." It's because I was traumatized with Reyes. The kids are Reyes. But I was traumatized with that name, Reyes. I was traumatized with any Spanish. I will never date a Spanish man. Like, oh, hell no. Because it was like I wasn't Spanish enough, or I wasn't this, or I wasn't that. And I was like, you mother. I was like, it would never work with a Spanish person because I'm not Spanish. Like I look Spanish, but I'm not Spanish enough. And then it's like I just get annoyed, I get disgusted, I get upset. That's trauma. It's trauma because not everybody is the same. Trauma is when you meet a man and then you think they're gay because this man is gay. Like he's gay, like he likes men, but he has to have a wife so that he can be gay, And everybody thinks that he's a man because he has a wife, but he's gay. He was always gay. All his friends was gay. He was gay. I know he was gay. I was like, yo, I think he a little sweet, like I don't know, but I couldn't prove that. That's just I think I think he gay. I don't think you know. I don't know. It wasn't. What is it? It's like I don't know. Sex, it just wasn't it. It wasn't it. Sex wasn't it. Like I wasn't having fun. Like you're supposed to enjoy it, right? And it just wasn't it. And I was like, what the fuck? Like I, it's not supposed to be like this. Like I wanted to have fun, but it was like it just wasn't fun. It was like something was wrong, and I'm like, you know what? Then I was always by myself. It was like I learned to be by myself. I was always by myself. So it wasn't nothing to be alone, to be a single mother. It wasn't nothing because I was always by myself. I had the kids. It was just hard to date when I had the kids little because I'm going to the police station. I'm going to the police station. I'm dealing with shit. I have to do stuff and I have to do everything by myself. So it was hard to date. So I stayed single until later in life. I didn't start dating until later in life, until the kids were older, until they were 16, 15. I started dating. I think the only person I dated, he was an African guy, Emmanuel, and we lived together, everything. But he was in the street too. Like it didn't work out. He was in the street. We lived together. I had to kick him out because I was like, you know what? You need to be able to take care of yourself. It's like I'm doing everything. It's like I didn't want a man. I didn't want to take care of a man, and I felt like I was taking care of a man. So I had to put him out. I had to run away from my own apartment and go to Jersey, change the locks, and go to work and act like nothing is happening, and then go back to Jersey. I did that for 2 weeks. The kids were on vacation. They were on vacation. The Christmas vacation, they had to go back to school on New Year's, like that vacation, that break that they get. So and then I left them in Jersey with my sister, and then I'm here No, I would go back to Jersey, but I did change the locks. I did everything because he worked during the day. So then I changed the locks so he couldn't get back into my place. That's how I got rid of him. I couldn't get rid of him. I couldn't get rid of him. I was like, you know what? Like, I don't think this is not working out. I don't want to be together. Like, I wanted him to do something with his life, like get a better job, like do something. And he never wanted to do anything. He wanted me to take care of him. And I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take care of you. Like, I'm not, like, that's not what we're gonna do. So whatever, it didn't work out. And then I just stayed by myself. I never lived with anyone again. I never dealt with anyone again because of that. It's like I just didn't want to be used. I didn't want to be used. I didn't want to be taken advantage of. And then Emmanuel, he ended up being in the street, because I'm in the street. I'm not in the streets, but I know the streets. So it's on Fordham's. He used to work in Sammy's. The Sammy's closed down. Like, Emmanuel died. What was it? He would go OT out of town, and he was scamming. He was scamming people. He was scamming for thousands of dollars. He would come back with thousands. I was like, what the fuck? What are you doing? He wouldn't tell me what he's doing. But he was scamming. He was scamming people. Like, he was doing criminal activities. I was like, yo, I can't be around stuff like that because of the job. Whatever. And then he bought me furniture. He bought me like a living room set. He was like, "Oh, I never did nothing for you, so I want to do something for you." So he bought me furniture. I was like, "Okay, thank you," but I knew he was in the street, so I was like, I can't deal with that. I can't get myself in trouble because of you. But he got caught. He got caught. He did 3 years in jail. Only person he called from jail was me. I was the only person that he knew my phone number by heart. He was the only person that I was the only person that was there, and he's in the streets and he's in the drug game. Like, I don't know what the hell. Not the drug. He was scamming. And all the people that was in the street with him, nobody was there for him. Only person that was there for him was me. Like, only number he called was me. I'm like, how? How is it only me? I'm like, you have to have other people. You in the street. Like, you want to be in the street. You have people. You got friends. But all he remembered was me. He got deported. He went to Ghana, you know. Then now I'm dealing with Nigerians, right? People knew that Emmanuel was my friend. He was my only friend. That was my only friend. Once anyone knew Emmanuel was my friend, you know, he died in a car accident, and he didn't die. It's like I'm talking to him, and he's like, the car, like, he hit a pothole, and the car jumped up high up, and it came down, crashed down, crushed his legs. So he was paralyzed from the waist down. He couldn't walk. He's in a wheelchair, and then he's in Ghana. The other people he was with, they survived. They were okay. He was on his way to a wedding. It was an African wedding, and they were all excited to go to this wedding. But supernatural things happen. People doing black magic. I'm dealing with these people in Nigeria, and this was when I was dealing with Bamidele. Bamidele. He was like straight black magic practitioner. He was mad at Emmanuel because Emmanuel's my friend, and we always talk. We were always gonna talk. We were just friends though. Like, we wasn't fucking around. Like, I never had a baby by him, nothing. And then he had babies with other people, but he never had a baby by me. I was like, whatever. But that's him. So he died, and he has 4 kids. He made 4 babies by all these different women, and he died. He died in Ghana. He died maybe like a month or two after the accident. He was depressed. He wasn't happy, but he tried to be happy. and we would talk. We would talk. We would FaceTime, WhatsApp. That's how we would talk. We would just talk. We were just friends. Like, oh, how are you? Are you okay? Like, you know. He passed away. And I'm like, damn, like I felt bad, but then it's like I knew it was black magic. I knew it was black magic, but I can't prove black magic. People knew him. They knew him because of me. Like whatever happened to him, it was because of me. And I'm just like, that's why I don't. I'm careful because it's like once you know me, something's gonna happen to you because of me, because of what the fuck I have to deal with and what I have to put up with. And it's just like, oh my god, everybody's just doing shit. You can't prove it. You can't prove the black magic. You can't prove that they doing shit. You can't prove that anybody's putting anything in the food. You can't prove that anybody is doing anything because it's magic. You can't see it. you know he would do magic in the courts never helped. Do magic on the police never helped. I would make reports, they would never help. Nobody ever helped. Emmanuel, it was all spiritual. And then I had my Oshun altar, and then he didn't believe in the things that I did. Oh, why do you have that? And you don't need that. Why do you believe in that? And I'm like, yo, like you can't disrespect my things. My things are my things. And if you don't like it, that's you. But don't disrespect my things, my goddess, my like who I have. Like don't disrespect my shit. My ancestors right there, don't touch it. Like don't touch my stuff. Don't disrespect them. Because if you disrespect them, you disrespect me. And then it's like, and I felt so bad. Like, how could he say that about my Oshun? Like, I have an altar, so nice, and then he's like, oh, that's nothing, like that's not real, like why do you have that? And like questioning me or trying to make me feel bad because I have Oshun. Weeks later he got arrested. 2 weeks later, and then he's calling me to help him get out of jail, and I'm like, can't help you because I helped him the first time. He came home, and I was like, oh, you can't do the same shit again, because if you get caught again, I can't help you. And he was like, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. He did it. He did it anyway. He got caught. I couldn't help him because when you get arrested in the USA, it's like you get arrested once, they'll let you go on a warning. You're not gonna get deported, but you get arrested the second time, and this big money, like he was deported. But then they made him do time. They made him do 3 years in jail first in the USA, and then he was deported back to Ghana. And I'm just like, I couldn't do anything for him. Like, so when he had to get on the plane to Ghana and he's doing all this stuff, like, I don't know if the people in Ghana knew that he was in jail. Like, he was released from jail and then he was sent back to Ghana from jail. Like, he wasn't home. Like, he wasn't, like he didn't have anything. Like, when he was sent back to Ghana, he was sent back to Ghana from jail. But I don't know. And there was other people. He was in jail with other people too. I think they were deported too. So it's like, so I knew people, but it was like it was always some shit. They had to start their life over in their country. It's just crazy. It's just so much shit happened. If I was to just talk, and this is just a little bit, I haven't even talked about Nigeria yet. Because when I talked about Nigeria, Emmanuel knew that I was talking to people in Nigeria. He was like, oh, be careful, because he's from Ghana. Be careful. So he knew Bami Deli. And Bami Deli was jealous of him. And he was doing black magic on him. And he wanted to get Emmanuel out the way. Whatever happened to Emmanuel, it was because of Bami Deli. And then it's like, I couldn't prove that, because he was jealous of him. but we wasn't fucking around. Like we wasn't together. Like he was just my friend. He's in Ghana. I'm in the USA. I'm in New York City. And all this shit is happening to this man because because we're friends. And I'm like, oh my God, like all this shit happened to him. And then it's because of me. And then I'm like, we're not even together. Whatever. But that was that. That was that. He died a few years ago. It wasn't even that long ago. Maybe 2020. You could say he died in 2020, 2022. That was my only friend. I don't have no friends. I don't keep nobody close to me because shit happens to me. People playing in black magic, playing in it. So whoever I'm close to, they're gonna do shit to whoever I'm close to. So I'm like, I can't even be close to anybody because and then whoever I'm close to, they're gonna do work on them, and then I'm trying to tell them like to protect themselves, to cleanse themselves. They're not like me. They're not spiritual like me. So it's just hard to deal with people that are not spiritual, that don't know. Like if you don't know about this shit, and I'm telling you about this shit, you're not gonna believe this shit, and you're not gonna protect yourself, and you're not gonna do what you gotta do. So people die. That's just it. Like they just die. I don't have friends. I don't keep nobody around me because I don't want nothing to happen to them. I don't keep friends around me. The kids are okay because the kids are with me. They are with me. I protect them. Like they whatever is going on, like you can't fuck with the kids because whatever happens, whatever they try to do is gonna affect their own children. So they can't do nothing to my kids. They're not always with me, but they're with me. They come home to me. They're always with me and I'll protect them, and they're always going to be okay. They're always going to be safe. They're always going to be all right. I know that. I know that, but, they're grown. They know how to do things on their own. I always pray for them. I'll be like, be safe outside. Everybody acting crazy. I'll be like, spray, use this flash, like spray yourself. They spray themselves. They have St. Michael. Like I have my daughter the Saint Michael, the bracelet. I always have her a bracelet or a charm, or she'll put it on her anklet. And my son, I have Saint Michael. I have him a chain of Saint Michael, and Saint Michael is like you can invoke him, like you hold him, like protect me, watch over me, cover me. Don't let anything happen to me. I am always been like that. We always go to the botanica. We always doing some spiritual shit. And the kids was always with me, so they know this shit. They know, they pay attention. They read the room. They know. I taught them to know this shit, to know somebody energy, to know the character, to know when you need to exit. You know. But if you need me, if you need me, you call me. I'm right there. I'm right there for you. That's that. That's the kids. It's like I could talk about everything, but then I didn't even get to the Nigeria part. This was like before I was. This was this was in my 20s. I didn't even get to when I hit the 40s, and then all this shit just started happening in Nigeria. And then it's like, but I've been through fucking hell in the USA with the ex-husband, with the black magic, with the spell work, with all this shit. It's like all I know is black magic. That's all I fucking know. I don't know how to do nothing else. I don't do black magic. I just do cleansings. I cleanse and I protect myself and I remove the energy from myself. I always did return to senders, but I did them as the glass encased candles, and I would use herbs. So I would use herbs. I would get the candles. We're always in the botanica, but I would get the candle, like the pull out candle. So and then it's just a candle like that, and then you have to put it in the canister, right? I would put the oil in it. I would carve all over the candle, and I would put herbs on the candle, roll the candle in the herbs, and put the candle in the in the canister. and you chant, and I'm chanting over the candle. It's like return to sender, it's curse removal, it's all this shit. Like this is what I do, like curse removal, jinx removing, cleansing. I would do, this is what I do. That's why the husband, the ex-husband, would call me a witch, because I was doing this shit when I was with him. I was always doing this shit. Now I just implemented the tea lights because they burn faster. They burn faster. It's a spell. You put the spell, you carve in it. You still carve in it. I always carved in the candle. You have to carve in it, return to sender. When you write in it, return to sender, that's it. You have a return to sender candle. You're talking to the candle. Like when I say, I'm returning all this negative energy, all the energy that these people putting out. I'm just putting the energy back. Wherever, whoever put it out, the energy is going to go back to them. That's all that's going to happen. So I just write in it, return to sender. I add the black salt. I make the black salt. The black salt is a very potent. It's potent because I use the solar eclipse. That is an event that happens once every 20 years. It's not going to happen again until 2044. 2044 is not going to happen again, another solar eclipse. So that's why I sell the black salt with the solar eclipse. I sell it for 20. I did another one, a regular one. I did it under Mercury Retrograde. So I did another one that's for $10, you know, but I do it under the transit. So I do pay attention to the solar system, to the moon cycle. I pay attention to stuff like that because that's when you can do your work. You do your shit. The sun is rising. The sun is rising. And I'm just talking because the spell, like the candle went out. The true spell went out. I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna do it again. But it's like the truth comes out, and then it's like I just started remembering, remembering the fucking past, and I'm like, the past is so awful. It's so bad. The past is so bad, and I'm just like, oh my god, like I hate. I never talk about the past, and I'm like, you know what? Why I have to talk about it because nobody knows. And then this person, Rodolfo Reyes, sat there and did so many lies, so much sabotage, so much forgery. And that's the only person that has my information, has my birthday, has my social security number, has my mother's maiden name, my father's maiden name, has my birth certificate. He has all my shit. Like I don't talk to people. I don't have friends. Nobody's around me. I don't have nobody close to me. The only person I ever had close to me like that was him. The only other person that ever lived with me was Emmanuel, and he died. He's not around me. He's not American. He doesn't know my personal information. Nobody knows my information but this ex husband. And then he has it because he has the divorce decree and it is in the divorce document. The only person that can ever try to sabotage me, my credit, my name, is this ex-husband. And I'm like, oh my God. And I'm talking about this shit. Like, how can I prove this shit? I'm telling people, I'm going to the courthouse, I'm going to people, and I'm complaining and I'm telling people what the hell is going on. And nobody does anything. No one does anything. And I did speak to Letitia James. She's the district attorney for New York State, and she advised me to go to somewhere else, call this other place. I'm like, oh my god, like they're not. I'm like already like they're giving me another place to go to. Like I don't went everywhere, but I'm like, you know what? I'm just call. I'm gonna just call. And I called. They gave me an email, and I emailed them all the same information I emailed Letitia, and I'm like, thank you for talking to me. Thank you for willing to read this information willing to take this information because it's information, it's official court documents, it's already filed, it's already in place, and nobody is assisting me because of what is in this document. It's incriminating evidence, it's incriminating things, all people do have to do is do their job. And you're gonna find the information, you're gonna find this shit out. It's not a secret. It's not a secret, but they make it a secret. Why? They're doing black magic. Like black magic is all I know. It's all I know. I know when somebody fucking with me. I know when somebody doing black magic. I know when anything is going on. I fucking know. I know this shit. Like that's all I know. I don't know nothing else. Good things are supposed to always happen. I'm a good person. Good things are supposed to happen for me. They don't happen is because the kind of people I keep in my life that always try to take my blessings, stop my blessings, block my blessings. They always doing some shit, and I always know, and I always detach. I stay by myself. I am by myself. I stay by myself for a reason, because I don't want anyone to affect my things, you know, and then I don't want anything to happen to them. So I have to stay away from them, because once anyone knows that I talk to them, then something's gonna happen to them because I'm talking, just because I'm talking to them, or I'm trying just to anything that I do, I can't do it. I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It is fine. But all I do is cleansings, protect myself. And I didn't even get into Nigeria because it's like a whole bunch of other stuff happened when I got in contact with people in Nigeria. Bamidali was in Ghana, and then I married him randomly one day to the next, but it was black magic. It was like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't want to be married, but I married him. Why? Because my vibration is low. Black magic is going to work on you when your vibration is low. You know, I was not aware. I'm dealing with shit here in the USA. So then I'm going to another country. I didn't think that they do black magic there too. So, but they do black magic there too. So it's like, there's no question about it that they do black magic. I know they do black magic, because things are happening. Things happen to me. Things happen to the people that I love and that I care about. And it's because of black magic. And I'm just like, I can't prove it though. Can't prove it, but I'm aware of what the fuck is going on. But my kids are safe. I'm safe. Nothing's ever gonna happen to me. But it's always been black magic. That's the whole thing. It's always been black magic. And then Nigeria, it's like I wanted to be a part of IFA. That was just something that I wanted to be a part of, and that it just never happened. And then because I wasn't involved with the people there, it's been nothing but black magic ever since. They've been trying to sabotage me ever since because I don't want to fuck with none of them. Like I don't want to be none of them friends, none of their friends. I don't want to speak to them. I don't deal with nobody. I have one person that I like. I'm like, oh my god, he's so cute and he's so nice and and like he know this shit. He know this shit. He may act like he don't want to tell me what he know. I know he know this shit, but I can't even be close to him like that because people doing shit on that. Like once anybody knows me, once anybody knows anything about me, they're gonna fuck with you. It's his whatever woman he's around or whatever whoever he's around is doing things. Is doing things. I could tell him they doing shit, but he believes them because those are his people, those are his friends, that's who he's around, that's who he's close to. Like you believe them, then that's on you. I'm not around none of that. Like I know this shit, I can feel it, I sense it. Once I sense it, I remove myself. I'm not dealing with that. That's all I dealt with all this time. Like you think I'm gonna deal with more shit? Like no. No, I'm gone. But whatever, I'm just talking because I did the truth spell. They both went out now. So it went out. Now it's just the water. All the oil is gone. And the candle went out. The truth spell. I want the truth to come out. I did the truth spell, and then I woke up today and I'm like thinking about thinking about this ex-husband. I'm like, yo, so much shit happened. So much stuff happened when I was in my 20s because I was married to this fool, to this bastard. There's a lot of stuff happened, but then it's like I didn't even say everything. I didn't even say everything because it was fucking hell. It was hell. It was the worst experience of my life was to be married to Rodolfo Reyes. It's like ew, like oh my god, like ugh, ugh, ugh. No, no. The truth spell. I'm gonna do the truth spell again. To see the truth, to know the way, I cast a spell in every way. By the power of three, I conjure thee to give that truth unto me. That's spell one. That's the first spell. You know, I just want the truth to come out. The truth, the sun, the moon, the universe, God. I just want the truth to come out. I want all the truth to come out. You know, it doesn't have any names because it's a general thing. You want the truth. They're trying to block you all kind of ways. They're trying to block you. Like, you know what? I want the truth to come out from all kind of ways. Everybody that's trying to block me, yo, like the truth is gonna come out. You're gonna tell me the fucking truth. Like it's just gonna come out. It's going to come out. Like that's the only way to save your fucking yourself is to tell the truth because a lot of stuff is happening, a lot of stuff is going on. Everybody's lying. Everybody's lying. Whatever. The truth is going to come out. That's spell one. Spell two. With the power of the universe coursing through my veins, I lift the veil from my eyes. Show me what blank hides. Blank. I would say the Bronx Supreme Courthouse because the Bronx Supreme Courthouse has the documents. It's hiding information. It's people in the courthouse. Like who the fuck is doing this shit? Who's approving it? Who's releasing it? Who is doing it? You know what? It's the Bronx Supreme Courthouse that's doing this corruption, you know. Let the Bronx Supreme Courthouse truth be told. Let the Bronx Supreme Courthouse lies to me be shown. There is no secret the Bronx Supreme Courthouse can hide. A truth spell is a magical ritual that is used to reveal the truth about a person or situation when it is hidden by lies. You know, black magic has always been a part of my life. I don't do it. I don't do it, but I've always had to overcome. I've always had to overcome it. I've always had to cleanse myself. I've always had to protect myself because people are always doing stuff. So if it wasn't my own family, it was the people that I was with. Like I can't trust them to have them close to me and then they're dumb. They're so dumb. I'm just like, oh my God, like they can't be this dumb. Then they are this dumb. And then it's like, and then I can't help them because they want to be dumb. Like you want to be stupid, then be stupid. Be stupid. And I can't fuck with you. Like I can't deal with it. Whatever. I am talking. I'm just telling my truth. But that's why I woke up wanting to tell this truth because it's been so bad. Like I could laugh at this shit now because it's been hell. It's been hell. It's been hell. It's been nothing good. It's been fucking hell. It's been torture. I don't ever talk about it. I never talk about it because it's so bad. It's so bad. Like why you want to talk about all this shit? And it's just like, oh my God. But it's like it's just black magic. It's black magic. It's an ex that is bitter, that is angry, that is mad. Like you're cheating on me. You're with a whole nother person. You have a baby with another person. You have multiple babies with another person. And then you're mad because I left? Like what? Like why are you mad? Like you have your girl. Like you have another person. You got whatever you want, you got it. Like I gave him everything. I gave him the cars. I gave him everything. Like, take it and fucking leave. Like, I didn't want nothing to do with this man. And then he's gay. He's gay. Like, I know if that shit was to ever come out, oh, he's gay. That is not a surprise. That is not a surprise because he was always with gay friends. They was always hanging out. I'm like, yo, he seemed a little, I think he like boys. Like he seemed a little sweet. I think he's confused. He doesn't know that he like boys, but he like boys. Oh no, that's just the way he is. He would make excuses for the gay friends, and I'm like, oh, okay, so he must be a little sweet too. I always thought that. I always thought that because of the way he act. Like, why is he so jealous? Why is he jealous of me? Like, you're supposed to be with me. Why are you jealous? Why are you mad? He would get mad. Anything I put on, he would get mad. If I'm dancing, he would get mad. If I'm doing anything, he would get mad. And I'm just like, why does he act like this? Like, he has to be gay. He has to be gay because there's no fucking way. And then all the black magic. Like, he did all this shit. And then he gets other people to do the shit with them. Why? If you're the one that did all this shit to me, why you want to sit here and get people to do more shit to me? Like, he has to be gay because why are you so angry? Why? Why can't you move forward with your life, with your future? I'm 45, you're 45, 46. It's like, why you don't want to move forward within your life? Whatever. Everybody go through shit. I don't know what kind of shit y'all go through, but that's what I was going through, and that's why I'm single. I am single. I'm single. I stay single. I don't want no problems. I don't want no beef. I don't want no issues, and I don't want nothing to happen to who I'm with. So it's like, I could love a person, but it's like if you're not aware of what the fuck is going on, and I'm telling you what the fuck is going on, and you don't want to listen, yo, I can't fuck with you. It's like, yo, you gotta pay attention to this shit. You don't want to pay attention to this shit. Shit's just gonna happen. It's gonna start happening, and you're gonna be like, oh my god, and like I fucking told you. I told you this shit. Whatever. Lead with love. Lead with love. Be positive. Be positive. Don't be angry. Don't be upset. Yo, I'm never angry. Like, I'm always laughing. I'm always smiling. I'm always doing something to not think about this shit. And I'm like, why the fuck am I thinking about all this shit that had happened? Because this shit had happened years ago. This was in my 20s. This was in my 20s. Like, this shit is over. My divorce wasn't granted to me until 2023. 2023. I think I was 33 when the divorce was finalized. I was like, it was hell. Being married was hell. It was torture. It was like, oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I hated it. I fucking hated it. It's just over. It's not a part of my life at all. I'm just so happy, so thankful. The kids are big, 21, 20. They're going to be 22, 21, and I am so happy. I don't have to deal with none of this shit that I was dealing with when I was in my 20s. It was fucking hell. That's why I was like, when somebody want to be with me, you want a baby with me? I'm not going to put up with people shit, and I'm not gonna be a single mother again. Like, oh hell no. So it's like this is all stuff I think about all this shit. Leave with love. Bye.